Hi, this is Shay Jackson with Hype Math. In today's video, we will be reviewing the 2019 STAAR Math Test Prep Workbook for Algebra 1, questions 1 to 4. The concepts that will be covered are functions, system of equations, slope-intercept, and inequalities. Remember, students, if you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help them build theirs. Do you live in the Fort Worth area? We are having Algebra 1 STAAR Math boot camps on Saturday, March 16th, 1:30 to 4:30, April 27th, 1:30 to 4:30, Sunday, March 3rd, and also April 7th, 1:30 to 4:30. It will be at the Conference Suites in Arlington. You can just choose one date. It's a 3-hour session where we will have a lot of games, fun, competitions to prepare for the STAAR EOC Algebra 1. Also, if you need a little extra help or believe your student needs a little extra help with Algebra 1 tutoring and preparing for the STAAR EOC test, Hype Math has live online tutoring classes. They are Tuesday 5 to 5:45, Fridays 6 to 6:45, or Sundays 8 to 8:45. There will be a link in the description box for you to click for more information. To follow along with the video, you need the STAAR EOC Algebra 1 workbook. If you do not have it, there will be a link in the description box as well so that you can purchase it on Amazon. Let's get started. Problem number 1 says, a set of weights includes a 4-pound barbell and 6 pairs of weight plates. Each pair of plates weigh 20 pounds. If X pairs of plates are added to the barbell, the total weight of the barbell and plates in pounds can be represented by f of x is equal to 20x plus 4. This is a function. What is the range of the function for this situation? For A, our set of numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. B, 4, 24, 44, 64, 84, 104, 124. C, 0, 2, 4, 6. And D, 4, 44, 84, and 124. Our first question is, what are we looking for? We are looking for the range of the function f of x is equal to 20x plus 4. What information can help us find the answer? In order to find the answer for this problem, what we need is our function, of course, f of x is equal to 20x plus 4, plus we need a set of x values because remember we are looking for the range of the function, okay? So we start with 1, 2, and we keep going to infinity, but of course, we have a limit with our answer choices, but as we plug in our values, we will find out what our answer is. How do we solve the problem? In order to solve this problem, what we need to do is have our function, f of x is equal to 20x plus 4, and once we have the value of x, we plug it in to the x, and also compute what the answer is. So for f of 0, we substitute in the value of 0 for x. 20 times 0 is 0, plus 4 is equal to 4. Let's move to when x is equal to 1. For f of 1, we substitute in the value of x for 1. 20 times 1 is 20. We add 4, that's equal to 24. We move to f of 2. We substitute in the value of x for 2. 20 times 2 is equal to 40. We add 4, that's equal to 44. F of 3 is equal to 20 times 3. We know that's 60 plus 4 is equal to 64. So in looking at our farthest right-hand side, we can see the beginnings of our answer. We know that when we plug in the values of x starting from 0 and we went up to 3, we can find out the pattern for our answer. And in looking at the answer choices, we see that our correct answer is B. We have our chart and we see that in B, in the set of numbers for B, we have 4, 24, 44, 64, and if we will continue on for instance, 4 of 4, that's 20 times 4 is 80, plus 4 is equal to 84, we know that this is the correct answer. So again, our correct answer choice is B. Let's move to question number 2. Question number 2 says, a drummer and a guitarist each wrote songs for their band. The guitarist wrote 8 fewer than twice the number of songs that the drummer wrote. They wrote a total of 46 songs. Which system of equations models this equation if the drummer wrote D songs and the guitarist wrote G songs? Our answer choices are F, G is equal to 2D minus 8, and also G plus D is equal to 46. G is equal to G is equal to 8 minus 2D, and G is equal to 46 minus D. For H, we have D is equal to 2G minus 8. D is equal to 46 minus G. J, D is equal to 8 minus 2G. And D plus G is equal to 46. What are we looking for? We are looking for the system of equations that models the situation if the drummer wrote D songs and the guitarist wrote G songs, and also that the guitarist wrote 8 fewer than twice the number of songs that the drummer wrote. What information can help us find the answer? We know that G is equal to the guitarist, D is equal to the drummer, that both the guitarist and the drummer wrote a total of 46 songs, and that the guitarist wrote 8 fewer than twice the number of songs that the drummer wrote. And we color-coded it just so that when we set up our equations, we can keep track of everything, okay? Okay, how do we solve the problem? In order to solve the problem, what we need to do is set up our equations. So let's take a look. We know that, again, G is equal to the guitarist and D is equal to the drummer. And they wrote a total of 46 songs. So that means G plus D is equal to 46. That's our first equation. Now, the second equation can seem a little tricky. Just take time to think about what it's saying. The guitarist wrote 8 fewer than. Anytime we see fewer than a number and then fewer than, that always means that it's minus that number, okay? So in this example, it says 8 fewer than, so that means minus 8 automatically. Anytime you see a number and then fewer than, you know that that means minus that number. So if I said 4 fewer than, that would be minus 4, okay? So we have 8 fewer than, twice the number of songs that the drummer wrote. What does twice mean? 2, right? And it's the number of songs that the drummer wrote. Well, we know that the variable for drummer is D, so our equation is G is equal to 2D minus 8. Okay? Again, the guitarist wrote 8 fewer than, twice the number of songs that the drummer wrote. That is, G is equal to 2D minus 8. So we have our two equations. We have G plus D is equal to 46, and we have G is equal to 2D minus 8. Now, looking at our answer choices, can you tell me what the correct answer is? If you said F, you are correct. In answer choice F, we see the equation G is equal to 2D minus 8, and also G plus D is equal to 46. Great job. Let's move to question number 3. What is the equation in slope-intercept form of the line that passes through the points -4, 47, and 2, -16? For answer choice A, we have y is equal to -21 over 2x plus 979 over 21. B, y is equal to -2 over 21x plus 979 over 21. C, y is equal to -21 over 2x plus 5. And lastly, D, y is equal to -2 over 21x plus 5. What are we looking for? Oops, I missed the slide. Sorry about that, guys. Let me go back. Okay, sorry about that blooper. We're all human and make mistakes, right? All right, so we are looking for the equation in slope-intercept form of the line that passes through the points -4, 47, and 2, -16. What information can help us find the answer? Okay, so number 1, we need to know the slope-intercept form. That is equal to y is equal to mx plus b, okay? M is our slope, and b is our constant. So, in order to find the slope, we are going to use our formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, okay? So, also, we know that our points are, we have one point that's -4, 47, and 2, -16. We are making x1 equal to -4. Our y1 is equal to 47. Our x2 is equal to 2. And our y2 is equal to -16. So let's plug in those values in our slope formula, okay? We have y2 minus y1. So we know that y2 is -16 minus y1. We substitute in the value of 47 for y1 over x2. And remember, whatever ordered pair you start with for x and y, you always need to start with that same one. So whatever ordered pair you start with y, you need to start with x2. It's good to label them like we did here so you won't get confused, okay? x2 is equal to 2 minus x1 is -4. So we have 2 minus -4. That is equal to -16 minus 47 for our numerator. For our denominator, we are going to combine our two negative signs, or keep change. That'll be 2 plus 4. So for our numerator, negative 16 minus 47, since our signs are the same, we add the numbers. That's negative 63, and 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. Are we finished? We are not, because we need to reduce our fraction to the lowest term. For both of these numbers, we know that our greatest common factor is 3. So we are going to divide the numerator and the denominator by 3. Negative 63 divided by 3 is equal to 21. 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. Now, and we also have that negative sign, because remember that that 63 was negative. And remember, whenever you're dealing with the fraction, whether there's a negative sign in the numerator or a negative sign in the denominator, that whole fraction is negative, okay? So we have a negative number in our numerator. That means the whole fraction is negative. So we have negative 21 over 2 as our slope. How do we solve the problem? I know you guys thought we were done. Of course not. This is Algebra 1, guys. All right. There's a lot here. All we have to do is eat the elephant one bite at a time, okay? Number 1, we already know that our slope, m, is equal to negative 21 over 2. So now what we need to do for our slope-intercept form is choose a point. In this example, we are choosing 2, negative 16. You could also choose negative 4, 47. You would end up with the same answer. But for this example, we are using point 2, negative 16. Okay? Since we're using that point, what we are going to do is substitute in the values of our variable. We know that y is equal to negative 16. We know that m is equal to negative 21 over 2. And our x is 2. Okay? Plus b. What we are going to do, since I have a 2 in the denominator and a 2, remember it's x, we can cross those 2's out. So we are left with negative 16 is equal to negative 21 plus b. Okay? Now we must isolate our variable b by itself, or have it on the side of the equation, on the right side by itself. In order for us to do that, since we have a negative 21, we are going to add 21 to one side. No, to both sides, because when dealing with equations, you have to balance them out. What you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other side. So we have negative 21 plus b, and then on the right hand side, and then on the left hand side, we have negative 16 plus 21. Negative 16 plus 21, since our signs are different, we have a negative 16 and a positive 21. We are going to subtract our numbers and take the sign of the largest number, which is 21. So it's a positive 5. And we cross out the negative 21 plus 21 is 0. So all we are left with is b. B is equal to 5, or 5 is equal to b. Okay? We made it through. So, what is our correct answer? We know that in our slope-intercept form, that it's y is equal to, we have our our slope m is negative 21 over 2, x plus 5. So looking at our answer choices, can you tell me what the correct answer is? Now, we already know we can cross out, and looking at B and D, we can cross those out because the slope is wrong. Next, we're focusing on A and C. The correct answer is C, y is equal to negative 21 over 2x plus 5. Let's move to question number 4. A student is ordering a flower arrangement. She can choose any combination of roses and carnations for her flower arrangement, and she does not want to spend more than $30. If roses cost $3 and carnations cost $2 each, which inequality represents all possible combinations of X roses and Y carnations? What are we looking for? We are looking for the inequality that represents all possible combinations of X roses and Y carnations. So what information do we need to help find the answer? Okay, we need to know a few things. Number one, the student does not want to spend more than $30. 2, roses are $3 and the variable we are using is X. Carnations, we're using the variable Y, and they cost $2 each. That is the information we need in order to solve this problem. How do we solve the problem? Okay, we said that the student does not want to spend more than $30. Now, she doesn't want to spend more than $30, but listen, she's willing to spend $30. That's important because you can think, oh, I just need to have the less than or greater than sign without the equal to. She doesn't want to spend more than $30, but she's willing to spend $30, okay? That's very, very important when it comes to inequalities. So that means that how much ever she spends for the roses, which is 3x, because remember, the variable we're using for roses is X, and they are $3 each. That's 3x, and or plus carnations, when you're using the variable Y, they cost $2 each. That's 2y, has to be less than or equal to $30 because she does not want to spend more than $30. So our inequality is 3x, that's for the roses, plus 2y, that's for the carnations, is less than or equal to $30. In looking at this information, can you tell me what the correct answer is? What's the answer choice? Because that's our answer. We've set up the inequality. Which is the correct answer choice? And I do want to point out, when you're looking through word problems and the answer choices, sometimes you can cross out answers, okay? So for instance, and yes, we already know what the answer is because we're looking at it highlighted in green, and all we have to do is look at the answer choice. But as intelligent math students, take time to just look at the answer choice, guys, because guess what? Sometimes you can eliminate you can eliminate answer choices before you even solve the problem. And when you eliminate answer choices, that increases your opportunity to get the answer right. So let's say, for instance, let's look at our answer choices, right? And we see that in our word problem, it says the roses cost how much? $3, right? So, and that the variable is X. So automatically we know that our inequality should have 3X in it. If it doesn't have 3X in it, it's wrong, okay? That means we can eliminate what? H and J off the bat because they have 2X. Wrong. So all I'm focused on is F and G. Now, we could have eliminated F a few slides up because we said she doesn't want to spend more than $30, but she's willing to spend $30. She doesn't want to spend more than, but she'll pay $30 for the flowers, right? So in just that, we eliminated F, H, and J, and we only have one answer choice left. So again, and in the next videos that I have coming up, because in the workbook, we do not talk about crossing out wrong answers, but in the videos we will. So all you have to do, if you have the workbook, and if you don't, you can purchase it on Amazon for $19.99. Again, the link will be in the description box. In the future videos, I will talk about what answers we can cross out, because I want you to be successful, and I want to start helping you to train your mind to look at things to see, is there something that I can cross out? Because as you cross out wrong answers, you're actually increasing your chances of getting the answer correct. We already said we knew that the correct answer choice is G. All right, we have one more problem. I just realized I said questions 1 to 4, but it's really 1 to 5. Bonus! Stay in there, 8th and 9th graders. The value of y is directly proportional to the value of x. If y is equal to 35 when x is equal to 140, what is the value of y when x is equal to 70? What are we looking for? We are looking for the value of y when x is equal to 70. We are dealing with direct proportions. What information can help us find the answer? What we need to do is set up our proportion, our direct proportion, which is y is equal to mx, okay? In our question, we know that y is equal to 35. We've highlighted that in blue so that we can follow along, and that x is equal to 140. Again, y is equal to 35 and x is equal to 140. What I need to do is find the value of m, okay? In order to do that, I need to divide 140 on both sides, because we need to isolate the m on the right-hand side of the equation by itself. And remember, when dealing with the equations, what you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other to balance it out, okay? So we have m is equal to 35 over 140, but are we done? We're not, because we need to reduce the fraction. The greatest common factor of 35 and 140 is 35, so we are going to divide 35 by the top, or the numerator, and the denominator. 35 divided by 35 is equal to 1. 140 divided by 35 is equal to 4. Okay? Now, how do we solve the answer? So we know that m is equal to 1/4. So how do we solve the problem? What we need to do is we need to go back and we need to substitute in the value of x and also m to find out what the value of y is when x is equal to 70. Okay, so our first step, we had to find out what the value of our slope was, because we did not know. Now that we know, we are trying to find out what the value of y is when x is equal to 70. We are going to substitute in our values. X is equal to 70. M is equal to 1/4, okay? So we have y is equal to 1/4 over 70. Or another way to say it is 1/4 times 70 over 1. Miss Jackson, how did you do that? Remember, whole numbers are actually fractions too. The only thing you need to do to make it a fraction is put that number over 1, which is what we did, okay? So we are going to multiply our numerators. 1 times 70 is equal to 70, and 4 times 1 is equal to 4. 70 divided by 4 is 17.5, so y is equal to 17.5. This is our correct answer. Woo! We made it through. Good job. Remember, if you need a little bit more help or tutoring on Algebra 1, not just to start EOC, but Algebra 1, so that you can have a strong foundation when going to geometry, we have live online classes, Tuesdays 5 to 5:45, Fridays 6 to 6:45, and Sundays 8 to 8:45. This has been Shay Jackson with Hype Math. Talk to you soon. Oh, I'm sorry. And the link for the class and also a sneak peek of the week 1 class will be in the description box. Talk to you soon.